So welcome to webinar 2, Enabling a Winning Environment for Bidding with the Bid Toolkit. So I'm Jeremy Brim and I bring 20 years of experience of working in bid functions and business development functions with business leaders of PLCs, partnerships and all the way down to SMEs as a non-exec in helping them grow their business. So in 2018, we launched the Bid Toolkit, which is an online bid processing guide. It has training content and tools baked into it that are pay per play, and we sell enterprise versions with the paywalls removed for a subscription. In late 2018, we signed an enterprise agreement with our partners YPO, who've been kind enough to host this webinar, and through that agreement, we undertake things like this engagement with suppliers through webinars, but also we provide training courses and breakfast events together too, as well as developing IP on how engaging with and helping suppliers. So we also have some social responsibility partners. So we provide marketing support and funding for Women in Bids and Proposals, great initiative. And we also hold as many events as we can at the facilities of Beyond Food, who provide work opportunities for homelessness. So winning bidding environments. So first of all, the challenge that you guys face as suppliers in predictably and sustainably growing your business, we find that many suppliers struggle to gain insight into client drivers and how to prepare well for bids. We find that many suppliers have a fairly average win rate and a fairly short-term, unpredictable pipeline of opportunities. And we find that a number of suppliers lose bids on their quality submission scores or on silly compliance issues. And through a program of webinars, we're hoping to help you fix some of those challenges. So in terms of enabling a successful bidding environment, the first thing that we would recommend is that your senior people need to lead by example. So like any form of change or progression within an organisation of any type really, role modelling of the right behaviours by senior people all the way up to the board makes an incredible difference for your win rate at the end of the day. Bidding can often be seen as an administrative function way down in the weeds of the business, and particularly when you get to bid decisions, bid no bid decisions, or what I call the bid investment decision. Sometimes that's not taken seriously by senior people in organisations, and that can ultimately lead to a lower win rate. The most successful organisations we find, the organisations with the best win rates, have leaders in their organisations at board levels who understand clients. They understand how to engage with clients. They understand how to build value propositions that really come home to roost for clients, that clients can see the value in your proposition, and they understand how to articulate that through bidding and through pitching for work. Generally, the best chief execs, the best board members are the ones who get it. So I would focus on building your capability at the highest levels, and those people in your organisations role modelling responsible behaviours around making those investment decisions on behalf of their businesses. Another key element that successful businesses have, and the classic example that people use is Apple, and you'll hear lots and lots of people talk about this stuff, but actually it is true, is knowing your why as an organisation. I would urge you to watch the TED talk by this chap here, Simon Sinek, who's a wonderful business and business growth philosopher. But Simon, many years ago now, came up with the concept of the golden circle in terms of understanding your business why. So, and in short, he tells a story of most organisations understand what they do. Many organisations understand how they do it, but most organisations don't really understand why they do it. Highly successful organisations, and Apple is the example that has been used many times over the years, understand their why. And so they're not measuring their business performance just in terms of money, because money's just a profit's just an outcome. Their business is very much centered around their clients and what's important to their clients, and that mission. They really understand why their business exists and what it's there to do. And so really I would advise you to, from a board level down, have a real purpose for your business that isn't just making money, and then the rest tends to come with it. Again, you'll hear me talk about this a great deal through all of the engagements and training that we do with suppliers, but clear roles and responsibilities, like any form of project, are absolutely key in particularly the bidding element of securing business, but actually business development wide, from the very first marketing and branding exercises all the way through pursuing, capturing and bidding for pieces of work. So you can visit our Bid Toolkit website, where there's some more detail on each of these roles that we've developed, the hero roles we've developed in our ecosystem for bidding. But however your organisation operates and across the full span of business growth, make sure everybody knows what they're doing and why they're there to do it. Make sure there's no overlap. Make sure it's very, very clear what people are there to do. And so, just focusing on bids, what makes a good bid team? So again, you'll hear me talk a great deal about sponsorship and strong leadership, but it is true that successful bids tend to have a senior sponsor behind them. It means that that bid attracts the best resources to work on the bid and the best resources to be placed into supplying the service or product. It gets the focus of the business. The senior people are talking about it, attending meetings, really sponsoring the activity. We've talked about having clear roles and responsibilities, like any good project, but really importantly, all the members that are involved in the bid are enthusiastic and want to be there. There's nothing worse than working on a bid where you have a number of people working on the bid who don't want to be involved and aren't enthusiastic. That tends to be a real sapper, and generally you tend to lose. You need some people who are enthusiastic about the opportunity and will go that extra mile to win, because your competition are going to go for the opportunity hard. You need to put your best foot forward and be all over it. They tend to have a real team spirit and encourage contributions from all, particularly irrespective of seniority. This is something I've really cherished throughout my career. I've been very lucky to usually be the younger member of a team, a more junior member of a team through certainly my early part of my career at Mouchel and through EC Harris, where I was allowed to work on bids and be part of bid teams with some fairly senior people, partners, directors, board level people in organisations. And I've found that the highest performing teams are the ones where no idea is a bad idea and there's an open spirit where everybody contributes, whether they're the most senior or the most junior person in the room. That tends to really aid winning bid submissions. They share information and help each other out. There's that real sort of teamwork spirit piece in the detail. People are willing to check each other's homework, help each other out, and they demonstrate real positive behaviours. Some of the more senior people will naturally coach other people and support other people in their team. It's like any form of project. A bid is a human experience, and it's important that we help each other out. And then lastly, there's a balance of tendering savvy and technical ability. Now you tend to find most people actually don't like working on bids. It's particularly people who have studied hard and built their capability in a technical discipline. They didn't study hard or build that technical capability to write bids. They built that capability with themselves to do the things that they enjoy working on, whatever that discipline may be. Tendering, working on bids, is a bit of an odd environment, as the light is shining on that team. Their boss or their boss's boss is going to read their content or check that commercial submission in some detail. It's quite a pressured environment, and also having that understanding beyond their technical ability, of understanding clients, having empathy, having a certain level of emotional intelligence, is actually a fairly rare combination of talents to have. So try to think through the people that you place in bid teams and have a good balance of technical people who understand the specification and can come up with wonderful technical solutions that will delight the client, with people who actually understand the client's needs, what's keeping them up at night, their hot buttons, what's important to them, and how to write and respond to that in a compelling way. So consider that team selection carefully to really have great teams. So lastly, I think winners innovate. You know, make sure you continually drive your business forward. You know, you really have to ask yourself, can you do more? And this is not just on a bid, during a bid, day to day. Really strive to continuously improve the service that you're offering, because frankly, if you don't, your competitors will and are every day. So how can you deliver your service or products better, faster, cheaper? Are there approaches or tools or technologies that you can take from elsewhere in your business or externally through partners that will enhance the value that you deliver for clients? And can you deliver added value or exceed the client's requirements? Can you do more for clients that delivers a better business outcome for them? Because ultimately, clients aren't buying your service or product for the fun of it. There's a business outcome that they're looking for as an outcome. If you can maximize that far beyond that of your competitors, that's a big differentiator. So clearly, what within your solutions will differentiate you, and focus on that every day, not just in bids. So I hope that's been useful. We've got some other stuff going on in partnership with YPO. So first of all, we do provide full-day bidding masterclass courses held at Malmaison hotels nationwide in the UK. That's presented by myself, but also we have a YPO professional procurement person, a category manager, along to every session. So you can see us have the conversations, I call it. So you don't just get the private sector side from me. We can ask questions of our procurement colleagues and really have the debate. It's really quite interesting. We are building category specific half-day courses, so that we have really specific content for the sorts of services that you're providing to YPO or other public bodies. And then I can provide in workplace bespoke courses to the exact type of ITTs that you're responding to. We have these webinars and interactive sessions, and we are also embarking on a program of breakfast events that we've branded Bids and Procurement Live, where we have 3 panels of discussion on the subject of the day that relates to procurement or tendering. There is a real emphasis on having a balance of procurement people and bidding and commercial people in the room. So again, we can have the conversation away from competitive bidding environments, build rapport and understanding of each other. So I hope you've enjoyed that webinar. You can find my contact details here and do find me on LinkedIn.